Whew, what a day. How would you say it is? 30, 32 degrees? You know, it's days like this really makes me think maybe I joined the wrong religion.
I'm sure you all know Harry Angel. Armed robbery, small-time dealing, attempted murder. Your general all-round mongrel for hire. Seems to think he's going places. And I'd like to oblige him. He wants to sell us some information. I'll leave what he's got in mind to your respective imaginations, but I trust him as far as I can piss in a gale. And me and Steve will handle the meeting. The rest of you are backup, like way back. The rendezvous will take place under the bridge here. Now, Harry Angel can smell a cop under 20 tons of fertilizer. And I promise you, if anyone blows their cover, I'm going to give him that opportunity. I'm sure I don't have to remind you about the use of firearms, but I will. If forced to fire, aim at the body mass. Shoot straight and often, and only stop firing when the offender is incapable of firing back. Remember, this isn't Hollywood. I don't want any heroes on my team.
(373 to 370) vehicle approaching. Stand by. Okay. They're two up. Harry's coming now. The other one's with the car.
If the prick's tooled up, I'll try to talk him down. He's right-handed, so if he snap shoots, he'll pull to the right. So stay on the other side and stay behind.
This is 334. I've got the eyeball. He's about halfway along.
Take that, you bastard.
Calm down, all right?
It's not right.
Getting sick of this.
gun down, Angel. Just put it down.
Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
Step out with your hands on the car. Come on.
Take the Harvey, you read me?
Yeah, read you, Kevin.
Crime 370 to VKC urgent.
Crime 370, go ahead. All other units stand by.
We've been involved in a fatal shooting at Ryan's Ferry. Require the attendance of homicide, ambulance, and all other services.
Roger that, Crime 370. Is it a member or a civilian?
Civilian.
You stupid bastard! Steve! Christ's sake!
Okay. Homicide's on their way. No doubt closely followed by the toe cutters. So we better get our story straight. Come on, let's go for a walk.
VKC to all units. Switch to channel 36. VKC to Crime 370.
Lost us.
VKC to Crime 770. VKC to Crime 710.
You had to come in close because Angel was yelling. That was way back.
It's gonna be a long night.
I'm sure there's a way you can get more images than what you have already.
That'd be great, but how would you do it?
First, eliminate the obvious, then work out the solution.
Not inwards? You don't think?
No, if they revolve outwards.
Okay.
你排練得好嗎？
十分好，我哋花樣形成了。
繼續係你話俾我聽嗰個女士嗎？
係啊，佢係 Halifax 醫生。
佢個魔術肯好嗎？
係啊，佢可以食，唯一為魔術師。
多謝佢幫嘅。
My father says thank you for helping me.
Your father? Oh, I'd like to meet him.
I think perhaps he's someone it is better not to meet.
Sergeant Tate. Sergeant Kingsley.
Detective Inspector Mandel, Internal Investigations. Can we see them?
When we're finished, they're working on their statements.
They refuse to be interviewed.
Police Association directive. For their own protection, they're required to give a statement and nothing else.
Bloody joke.
You'll be right back.
One less of the bastards to worry about.
trouble is, mate?
What?
Hey?
What?
Your trouble is you drink too much.
Oh, yes!
A cleanser.
Who bought this piss? I don't know this piss.
Shit.
Hey.
Sake. Oh, wake the bloody kids.
Oh, love. Shh. Sorry.
What happened?
Nothing. No. See, it was just one of those nights.
Come on, let's go outside. Come on, Sam. Come on. Come on, Sam. The kick's high enough, it's long enough. He's under it. Oh, he's on. He takes it. It's a mighty mark. He runs with it. Passes.
When I get out of this job, I'm going somewhere where I can't see that bloody bridge.
What's wrong with it?
Too bloody big, that's what's wrong with it. Want to go over some ditch. But I tell you what, mate. Tonight, I'm bloody glad to be looking up at it. She'll be right. She'll be right. Just stick to our story, and she'll be right. He drew his gun first. It was self-defense.
Yeah, of course it was.
Jane, come in. No, you can't.
Detective Inspector Joe Mandel.
Dr. Jane Halifax.
Senior Sergeant Tony Roman. How do you do?
How do you do?
What do you expect me to do? Make a statement before I'm aware of the facts? Not at all. Thank you.
And how's the head of police public relations this morning?
Don't ask. Joe and Tony are from internal investigations.
Ah, the toe cutters.
We've had another shooting.
That's why I'm here.
Jane's the forensic psychiatrist on my committee inquiring into police shootings. The boys are conducting their own investigation. No doubt you want to see the men yourself?
Well, eventually, yeah.
We've been hearing about your work with the FBI.
No, well, it was a fairly short consultancy.
Why? Were there problems?
No, I came back to Australia.
It's mandatory the men have counselling. Can you take that on as well?
Well, isn't that a job for the police psychology unit?
One of them's been before the unit before, and frankly, he's a bit of a handful. So we thought we'd try an outsider.
Yeah, but isn't there a possible conflict between counselling and the committee?
I thought you might say something like that. Whenever there's a shooting, everyone runs for cover. We're feeling ever so slightly under assault at the moment. And the fact is, we need your help.
So have these men requested counselling?
They were ordered to attend this morning.
Ordered.
This is a police force, Dr. Halifax, not volunteer service abroad.
Sorry.
One of the benefits of being a toe cutter, you get the lift to yourself.
Two mates, been in the force for years. One of them's handling it pretty well, perhaps too well. The other, not well at all. They're both backing each other up at the moment, but we reckon there's more to the story.
And you want me to snoop?
I wouldn't call it that.
The committee's supposed to be independent.
I'm sure it is. All we're asking for is a free flow of information. It may be that we come across something that might be helpful to you. and vice versa?
So where do we start? Inkpots? Or what do I think when you say mother?
You've done this before.
I confess, I'm not a virgin.
You've been involved in other shootings?
One or two.
And why is that, do you think?
Luck of the draw.
What about you? First time?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
Steve's the sensitive type, doesn't like unpleasantness. Okay. So what do we expect? Endless nightmares, slow tunnel vision replay of the incident in full living colour?
Incident?
Oh, you object to that word? What should I call it? Personal trauma? So we shot a man, it was him or us, shoot or be shot. What do you want us to do? Burst into tears?
What would you like to say?
Trouble with Steve, you see.
He can't speak for himself.
Council for Civil Liberties is calling for a full-scale inquiry into police shootings in this state after the 22nd slaying in less than 10 years. More than twice the total for the rest of Australia put together. Some commentators are even calling for the force to be disarmed. Are they bloody kidding? Anything to do with cops, banner headlines. The gap between us and them gets wider and wider until we're the bloody monsters. You know what I'd like to do to the press? I'd like to take them all out to a certain part of town, leave them in a cold, dark alley without a gun and see how long they last.
Mom? I can't sleep.
Have I kept you waiting?
No, right on time. Take a seat. I've just been going through the data. It's very unusual for anyone to be involved in more than 2 shootings. You've been involved in 3.
I've always been with that kind of squad. Robbers, special operations.
Why do you think that is?
Natural ability.
This bravado you like to display, your way of coping?
Sure.
The John Wayne syndrome. I don't think I'm convinced.
Deep down, I'm scared as hell.
I don't know how you feel, Kevin. Maybe you don't either.
Tell you what, Doc. You tell me how I'm supposed to feel and I'll see what I can do about it.
When you went to the meeting with Harry Angel, did you expect to use your gun?
Yeah?
And what about the deal he wanted to put?
Well, we didn't hear much of that.
Did you give him a chance?
No. When someone's pointing a gun at me, I'm not a very good listener.
Describe your relationship with Stephen Kingsley.
Friend, colleague, partner, mate. I've known him for 11 years.
How do you think he's coping?
Okay.
How was he before the shooting?
Fine. Look, Steve's a mate.
So?
I won't say anything to harm him.
Why would you want to do that? Surely you'd want to help him.
Help him. See, I've been carrying him for 11 years. And it doesn't take a genius to see he's coming apart at the seams. Now, you're the doctor, so if you're so concerned about his welfare, do him a favour. Give him a medical discharge.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse. It could have been worse!
That's really helpful! Thanks a lot for your understanding.
Stephen Kingsley didn't make his appointment. I don't suppose he phoned.
Not here.
How'd you go at the
Library? It's on your desk.
Thanks.
I made your coffee.
You're a lifesaver. Well, you've been busy.
So has Kevin Tate.
He was hauled before the National Crimes Authority to explain his links with crime boss Victor Conroy. They say Conroy's big in drugs. Apparently protected by the cops.
What did the inquiry find?
Nothing. No charges were laid. But if you ask me, Tate's guilty as sin.
Where is he?
He's out the back.
Thanks for the call, Felix.
It's all part of the service.
You know what I'm talking about.
Bullshit.
Well, it didn't go bang all by itself now, did it?
Wasn't me, Mr. King.
Like how?
Hey!
It had your name all over it, right down to the filthy little tooth mark on the detonator.
You mad, you bastard.
Bullshit!
I swear, Mr. Kingsley, it wasn't me.
You better be careful, Soapy. I might just flush you away.
Let him go.
What's with your mate?
This off, Soapy.
What are you doing here?
Aren't you in enough strife already? Come on, let's go home.
I'm not scared of the bastards, you know. There's no point hiding. As you like to say, never display your frailties. Gives them the wrong impression. They want me, they come and get me.
Is that what you really want?
Might be doing me a favour.
Fill me in on some background. Did Harry Angel have links with Victor Conroy?
Why?
Just trying to see the whole picture.
What's that got to do with Tate and Kingsley?
Did Angel work for Conroy?
No idea.
Right. What about Kevin Tate? Did he have links with Conroy?
I thought that was where you were headed.
Denise, I can either sit in the library and go through the newspapers and transcripts for 3 days, or you can save me the trouble.
There was a commission of inquiry some years ago into the alleged links between members of the force and Victor Conroy. Tate was one of the officers named, but was totally exonerated, as were most of the others.
Exonerated? Actually cleared? Or was it just that no charges were laid?
I'm sorry?
Well, there's quite a difference.
Oh, is there?
What do you think about Kevin Tate?
He's regarded as an effective officer.
Personally?
I don't agree with some of his methods. A little unscientific for my taste, but he gets things done. And the Crims fear him, which is probably why his name was raised in the first place.
Are you serious?
It wouldn't be the first time one of our officers has been smeared.
Denise, this man's been involved in 3 shootings.
In special squads. He's not on traffic duty.
Jeez, do you people always stick together? I thought my job was to try and analyse what's going on here. Why the police in this state, uniquely in Australia, are starting to look ever so slightly like a South American death squad.
I don't need that crap from you. Corruption and the police force. That's everyone's favourite conspiracy. How can the police be so close to all that illicit money and power and not be tempted? Throw enough mud and something will stick. On top of everything else, this is not a good week to ask me about police corruption.
Fine. I'll find out for myself.
Jane?
Who wants some apple, please? You stole me banana! You stole me banana! I'm gonna steal your legs.
Here, I'll do that.
That's your apple. That is apple. A fish now, Mummy.
What am I supposed to do? Act like nothing's happened?
It's an occupational hazard.
It's not the drinking. It's playing the policeman's wife. I don't think I'm up to it.
Do not work.
Josh! Come on, mate. Bedtime, eh? Read your story. Say good night. All right, don't say good night.
Shoot the bastard! Shoot
I don't know what to do.
Just look after yourself.
Hi, I'm Jane Halifax.
Yeah, I'm Paula. He can't sleep. He explodes at the slightest comment. He's drinking too much.
Sounds pretty tough on you. Does he talk about the shooting?
Steve doesn't talk about anything. I just wish he'd pack it in.
Post-traumatic stress is a very real condition. Needs to be treated. Getting out won't necessarily solve the problem.
I don't think I care anymore. He's married to the police force anyway.
What's the little girl's name?
Honey.
How old is she? 2, 3?
She'll be 3 in March.
How were things before the shooting?
He hasn't been the same since he went undercover. It was like a living hell. I thought things would get back to normal once he went back to the squad, but with the weight of the trial hanging over him. No one's told you, have they?
No, they haven't.
That'll be right. We have a rule. No smoking near the kids. Steve went undercover about 18 months ago to infiltrate a drug dealing ring and get as close to the top as he could. Good for promotion, or so Steve thought. He used to be so ambitious. Well, he did what they wanted, set them up and nabbed Mr. Big. The trial's in a couple of weeks. It all depends on him. He's been waiting for 11 months. This Mr. Big, you know who he is? A creep called Victor Selwyn Conroy. And now on top of everything else, this bloody shooting.
So how's the marriage?
How do you think? It was so good in the beginning. I was in the job myself. Never in the same squad, but that was part of the fun. I was living here with a couple of female coppers. If I wasn't on a shift, Steve had a habit of dropping round, usually in the office car. He used to be such a stud, you know? God, it seems like another life.
Is Steve interested in the kids?
Not really.
In you? In sex?
You gotta be joking.
Are you?
It takes 2 to tango.
Is this Steve's?
For rescuing 8 people from a burning building. For putting his life on the line, he got that. A cup of tea with the governor. And a transfer to the drug squad.
Yeah, it should be finished about 4. See ya. See you later, mate.
Hello? I'm looking for Stephen. Do you know where he is?
This is appointment again. Not everyone likes to talk, you know. What's more, he doesn't have to.
Kevin, I'm not a toe cutter. I'm here to offer help.
Perhaps he doesn't need it.
Really? Well, that's not what I've heard, and that's not what she told me.
Look, I don't know where he is, all right?
Okay. Well, we could use the time ourselves.
Really? What for?
To talk.
What about?
Oh, we could start with Victor Conroy.
Fun and games now.
She shouldn't have said that.
Didn't mind.
What did you say? Say it again.
You play your games, you say what you like. You tell me your partner needs a medical discharge, and then you tell me you don't know where he is.
Well, I don't.
Victor Conroy hit a nerve.
Oh, it's only a matter of time, wasn't it?
And why weren't you better prepared?
It's real easy to make accusations.
Come on, Kevin, you're a better detective than that. I didn't accuse you of anything.
I don't give a shit about Conroy. You know, I was cleared after all.
Yes, I know.
Well, there's some prefer to think otherwise.
I know that too.
And I don't know where Steve is at this minute.
But the word around the traps is that Conroy's offered him a fortune to throw his evidence. $100,000 more, according to some sources. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to have a chat.
Jane? You know that personality test you gave me? It says I'm a passive-aggressive masquerading as an extrovert. Does that mean I'm sexy? Oh, hi. Can I help you?
Yeah, Steve. Steve Kingsley. It's easier here than the office.
Shrink's a sign of weakness.
Cops don't bleed.
So how are you feeling?
Like shit. I'm gonna chuck it in. Shouldn't have happened the way it happened, you know. I was supposed to be backing him up.
That's a common reaction. Feel responsible, blame yourself for everything.
It's not just me. It's homicide, internal investigation.
Kevin Tate?
I could have got us both killed.
Is that what he said? Another common reaction, blaming someone else. You serious about resigning? May not help. If there are problems, they'll need to be faced. You just end up taking them with you.
Well, who cares either way?
It's usually the most idealistic who suffer the greatest falls. Cops who see the force as a calling, a vocation. I've seen your file. You risked your life for 8 people.
That was just instinct. If I had time to think about it, I probably would have just run the other way.
And Recruit of the Year, was that just instinct too?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. Maybe your disillusion's been a long time coming. As I see it, you've got 2 choices. To work through the understandable trauma of recent events, maybe even regain some of that idealism you used to have. Or you can just walk away. Risk taking your demons and nightmares with you.
What would you know about nightmares?
A lot more than you might imagine. How often are you having them?
Only when I sleep.
Well, maybe you shouldn't fight them. They deal with basic fears, but the fears are often disguised. The mind's very good at playing tricks for its own protection. Tell me about your friendship with Kevin Tate. How important would you say it is?
Not sure what you mean.
Oh, how far would you go to protect him?
I'm not protecting him at all.
Hypothetically.
All the way, I guess. A mate's a mate.
And you'd expect the same from him?
Yeah, I would. Why?
Male bonding, it fascinates me. How are you feeling about the Conroy trial?
Sick in the guts. Don't like courts. Don't like lawyers even less.
There are rumours around that you've been offered a bribe to throw your evidence.
Who told you that? Did they say how much?
$100,000.
I wish they bloody would.
I remember the first time I ever held you. You were a beautiful baby. Un bellissimo bambino. Always so happy, smiling, laughing. Marco, can you hear me?
Where is he?
What's wrong with the doorbell?
And what's wrong with you?
This is one of the last.
Is this what you do all day? Where's Steve?
Just piss off, will you?
Been seeing Halifax, hasn't he?
So what?
Is that where he is?
He rang from her office. He's gone down to the bloody bridge again.
Why, what's he doing there?
Don't ask me. You're his mate.
Yeah, I'm his mate. And you're his wife.
Now, if you move the outside mirrors by a couple of degrees to the left, when Jackie Lee comes through the middle, you should have about 8 images.
Great.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, the further forward she comes, up there,
Jane.
revolve those.
There's a couple of detectives here to see you.
Did they make an appointment? You know how it goes, won't you?
Okay. Bye, Julian. Bye, Georgia. Bye, Jane.
Well, gentlemen, what an unexpected pleasure.
So, what do we know?
That you train your recruits as well as anyone in the world. It's the de-training that follows when they go to the stations. That's the problem. Too many wily old sergeants with too much homespun advice, and that's just the start. It's better to be tried by 12 than carried in a box by 6.
You know that's not why we're here.
And as I said before, Sergeant, I'm not comfortable in passing on information I may have been told in confidence.
You are being paid by the police force.
To do a very specific task. In fact, 2 very specific tasks.
You're saying you won't cooperate?
Well, that's rich. Getting information out of you lot's like drawing teeth. Why wasn't I told about Victor Conroy?
We didn't want to colour your judgment.
Oh, really? The inquiry into Tate's links with Conroy. Were you satisfied with the outcome?
No.
What about Harry Angel? Did he have links with Conroy?
Well, it's possible.
Why? What do you think?
Doctor, let's do a deal. You be frank with us, and we'll give you these.
And what are they?
Our files on Kingsley and Tate.
Otherwise known as the dirt files. I'm not sure I want to see them.
They might fill in the background you've been after.
Why are you doing this?
Free exchange of information.
In that case, you can keep them.
Okay. No bargains. Make of them what you will. And tell us what you like.
Why the sudden change of heart?
It's been bothering the chief superintendent. She thinks we've been playing our cards a little close to our chests.
No bargains?
No bargains. Oh,
Yes, I know. Strictly confidential.
We should talk.
Should we?
You've been spilling your guts to the toe cutters.
You?
Mate, they're mongrels. We've got to stick together. They'll turn us inside out just for their own amusement. Stick to your story. It was him or you. I was down by the river. I couldn't help.
What's that got to do with anything?
Just stick to your statement. Let them do their worst.
Doesn't bother you, does it?
Why should it? Stupid bloody idea anyway.
What was?
Well, what sort of bloody deal did he think we could do?
Then what were we doing here?
What's the matter with you?
Did you tell Jane Halifax I've been offered a bribe to throw my evidence?
The rumour's out there, you know that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
That's sticking together. We've been mates for 11 years.
You pass on rumours about me taking bribes. You probably started yourself.
You know that's bullshit.
That's sticking together!
If we stand together, they can't get at us.
And if we don't, what's the difference? What's the matter what we say? What have we got to hide?
What have we got to hide? Are you joking? You blow a man away who's come to talk. You think that's doing your job? You have to be dragged away so you don't kick his corpse? You think that's by the book? Well, let me tell you something. You're a bloody embarrassment. You talk too much. You drink too much. You can't take the heat anymore if you ever could. I bring you along as cover and you don't even know where we are. Then you blunder in, almost get us wiped out. What do you think they'll give you for that? Another bravery medal? Well, enough's enough. You're a danger. You're a liability to yourself and everyone else.
We've always been a team.
You're not a team anymore?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Something's changed.
He's changed? You've changed?
Probably.
Since when?
Since the shooting. I guess I let him down.
How?
By not being as good as he is.
And how good is that? Describe him.
Kev's a bit rough around the edges. He gets things done.
Gets things done. Do you approve of his methods?
Not particularly.
Why not?
It's not my style.
You're an idealist. He's a pragmatist.
Something like that.
Then why have you let him down? Hasn't he let you down as well? By failing to measure up to your ideals? You're opposite poles.
Maybe that's why it worked.
So why did it stop working, Stephen? That's what we've got to find out.
I've made a statement.
Let's just say this was off the record.
Does that mean you'll turn the recorder off?
How did Angel first make contact?
It's in the statement.
Yeah, but what was the nature of the deal he wanted to do?
He didn't say.
You've said he expected you to be there on your own.
Yeah.
Had no idea you'd have Kingsley with you.
No.
What links did Angel have with Victor Conroy?
What?
Did Angel work for Conroy?
I've no idea.
According to our investigations, they knew each other very well.
Who fed you that?
If Angel worked for Conroy and he knew Kingsley was going to be there...
He didn't. How could he know?
That could have been a setup for Kingsley. Except Kingsley got there first.
Do you guys trust your housekeeper? You know, she probably uses a cat to clean the toilet. I'd check up on her if I were you. Of course, I am assuming you do live together. Anyway, what am I supposed to do in this scenario of yours? Stand by and watch?
Perhaps he was meant to shoot you as well.
Angel wasn't crazy.
What are your links with Conroy?
Read the inquiry report.
I have. They were very serious allegations.
Read the report.
So it was all a miscarriage of justice. You were wrongly accused.
When I'm smeared in the press, I half expect it. When someone does it to my face, I call them filth. Good morning, gentlemen. I can't say it's been a pleasure.
What's more important? Your marriage or your friendship with Kevin Tate?
Pretty even, I guess.
If you had to choose.
Paula and the kids.
Well, you got there with a struggle. Don't you find that surprising?
When cops work together, they put their lives in each other's hands.
So?
So? I nearly got him killed.
You nearly got him killed. What about you? Stephen, we're not going to get anywhere until you stop feeling guilty. You did the shooting, Tate didn't fire a shot. Feel responsible for that if you must. I can work with that. But stop indulging yourself by thinking you let him down. I don't think that's the issue.
Then how come I feel like it is?
Because it's easy and convenient and manageable, and as long as that's the thing that's wrong, then you don't have to face the truth.
The truth? What's that?
Maybe it's something you don't want to see, Steve.
Mom.
Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
These nightmares, they to do with the shooting?
Yeah.
Is it the same dream every time? Tell me what happens.
It's hard to say. People keep changing places. Sometimes I think I've shot myself. And sometimes I think it's Kev.
Well, what are the constants?
Harry Angel, shooting. Kev calling out.
What does he say?
Shoot him, shoot the bastard.
The same words every time?
But he's not calling out to me.
What do you mean?
He's calling out to Harry Angel. We weren't meeting Angel so we could do any deal. We're meeting so he could shoot me.
Why would he want to do that?
Stop me testifying at the trial.
Against Victor Conroy?
Yeah.
Are you saying Angel worked for Conroy?
No, I think he was working for Kev.
I'm sorry, you've lost me.
It was Kev who set me up.
Why?
Because of his connections with Conroy.
Are you sure about this?
The truth I wouldn't see. It's been staring me in the face. All this talk about criminal connections, Kev's been dirty for years. I lost sight of him. I was supposed to be backing up. I came up here. Suddenly Angel was there with his gun. And Kev was down here. He was shouting at Angel. Shoot me.
Is that what happened, or is that the dream?
It's not a dream. Not anymore.
So what do you intend to do?
I guess I write a report.
Have you thought about why you're doing this?
Nope.
Revenge? Anger? Anger with yourself? Anger with Kevin?
I think I just want to feel the way I felt when I joined up. I blame you for that.
Have you thought about the consequences?
Who wants to think about that? There's only one form of life lower than the toe cutters in the police force. It's the scum that blow the whistle.
Then I want you to do two things before you make a decision. That you convince me first you can prove your allegations.
Okay.
And you really think about what you're getting yourself into.
Deal. Detective Sergeant Kingsley, I'm here to see Inspector Mandel.
Kingsley, get yourself in here.
We understand you have certain allegations to make against Senior Sergeant Tate. Is that true?
A lot of very fine people have given their lives to this police force. And then there's your contribution, Sergeant Tate.
I'll never forgive you for this. For as long as you live, and probably a great deal longer.
What the hell's going on here?
Why don't you tell us?
Jane, Steve Kingsley for you.
Yes, Stephen.
I've just come out of 3 hours of interrogation. No, not on the shooting. To do with certain allegations I'm supposed to have made about Kevin Tate. Have you spoken to anybody about what I told you?
Of course I haven't spoken to anyone. Stephen,
Well, I didn't blow the whistle. Remember? You made me promise. I had to convince you first.
Stephen, I've told you, I haven't said a word to anyone. Stephen, don't you people make appointments? I'll call you back. Do you mind telling me what you're doing? Should I call the police? This is the police.
You familiar with Joe Mandel and Tony Roman of Internal Investigations?
Yes, I am. I don't believe this. It's all right, George.
So this is where my spineless mate's been spilling his guts, blaming his own poverty of character on everyone else. And what were you doing, Doctor? Holding his jelly hand?
I promise you, I had no idea.
Of course you had no idea.
I had no idea they were capable of this.
They are capable of anything.
Jane, is something the matter?
Can we talk about these?
We'll continue this later.
I found them in my office. Or more correctly, they were found by one of your officers. They were put there by IID. Did you know about this?
It's always on the cards.
Oh, is it? Well, so you go and plant these things whenever it takes your fancy?
Well, no. Not without a warrant.
Oh, shit, then that's all right then. Sorry for getting upset. Denise, we were supposed to be working on this together.
Yes, I know, but...
Not that for a moment that you ever let me in on your confidence. Not on Angel, not on Conroy, not even the trial.
It didn't seem relevant.
Relevant? Who decides that?
Jane, I am genuinely sorry. I really am. But since the shooting, we've been under incredible pressure.
No more excuses. You're only fooling yourself.
I understand these belong to you. I think you owe the doctor an apology.
Do we? We're only doing our job, ma'am.
End of story.
Jane, in the course of an
You
investigation...
people are amazing, you really are. You suffer from a siege mentality so enormous, you've forgotten what the battle's about. You deal with trauma every day and you never admit it. You stick kids in blue uniforms, give them guns and tell them they're superhuman.
Have you finished?
No. You pretend you won't help, you hold inquiries, bring in experts. But you're so defensive, you never listen. You're so afraid of imperfection, you're so terrified of seeing flaws, you just square your shoulders, shut your ears and carry on regardless. It's not you or your people, Denise. It's the force that's in need of therapy. And I'd start with an infallibilectomy.
I must apologize, Doctor. I have a morbid fear of listening devices.
You're not the only one, Mr. Zhu.
How is my daughter progressing with her magic?
Very well. She's very ambitious. I was hoping you might be able to help me with some information. I understand you know a man called Victor Conroy.
And why would I admit to that?
I'm working with two policemen on a strictly clinical basis. Each one is accusing the other of being in Conroy's pay. It would help if I knew which one was lying.
I would have thought a psychiatrist could tell the difference.
Perhaps I can. Let's just say corroboration isn't necessarily a sign of weakness.
This information you are seeking, you know it could bring you harm?
What if I was to keep this information to myself?
In Chinatown, we have a saying, the ignorant find it easier to hold their tongue.
I can assure you, Mr. Zhu, you can rely on my integrity.
I believe you, Doctor. But unfortunately, I cannot speak for Mr. Conroy.
Well, I'll take that risk if you will.
Oh, the risk will all be yours. Be sure of that.
Denise.
Good morning, Jane. Can I come up?
Do you realize the time?
9 o'clock. I've been at work since 7.
Well, some of us don't sleep as well as others.
Shouldn't you see someone about that?
Coffee?
Just black. I wanted to apologize about yesterday.
Well, at least I got it off my chest.
You're getting quite an insight, which no doubt will be useful for the committee. I think I'm getting an idea of how your recommendations will go. What sort of witness will Kingsley make in the trial?
Well, it might have helped if you'd told me in the first place.
I wish I had. Not just black.
It's for me.
We've invested a lot in this case. If it comes unravelled now.
Well, it really rather depends on IID. How far are they going to take this?
There's allegations flying all over the place, but not much substance. They'll take months to investigate it anyway. If Conroy's defence gets a whiff of our investigation... You've seen a lot of both men. I'm interested in what you think.
Well, I can't really give you an accurate picture. Only one of them's become a patient.
Sorry?
Stephen Kingsley.
So you believe him more than Tate?
No, I didn't say that. Kingsley's come to me for help. Tate doesn't seem to think he needs it. These files from IID. I think they were supposed to convince me that Tate's crooked. All they reveal is the paranoia of the people who prepared them. Their belief in conspiracy borders on the psychotic. Perhaps you'd like to hand them back. I can't suggest you take a look, of course.
So, who do you believe?
Who indeed?
Well, surely you're interested in the truth.
Yeah, of course I am. But not for the same reasons you are. My job's not to get a conviction. It's to help people see things as they really are.
Are you making any progress?
I don't know.
Get her out of the car for me?
Promise I'm off the booze now for good. Listen, I'm sorry I put you through all of this. Oh, God, this is going to sound completely crazy. Kev arranged to have me shot.
What?
That's what the meeting with Harry Angel was all about. That's why he set it up. To stop me from testifying.
That's crap.
Paula, it's the truth. Kev's working for Conroy. He has been all along.
You really believe it, don't you?
Look, I don't want it to be true either.
Dr. Jane Halifax, terrific!
Well, at least she's prepared to give me the benefit of the doubt.
You're wrong, Stephen. You're wrong.
Sweetheart.
Look, Kevin's a lot of things. He's a tough, mean bastard, but he's not a crook. And you know it.
Paula. When this trial's over. Hey, when this trial's over, I'm getting out.
Really?
Let's start from scratch. Let's try. Maybe we could buy a little place like this, you know? Just drop everything.
Buy a place? What with?
Planning on coming into some money.
I need to see you.
I'll ring my secretary and make an appointment.
I need to see you now.
It's late. I'm in bed.
If you don't open the door, I'm going to lean on every button till I wake the entire building. I'll count to 4. 1, 2, 3. Well. Well, well. All this from being a shrink? And people have the gall to say cops are on the take. And what's this, Doctor? Fair reward for service? Tell you what, makes my 2-bedroom flat look like a piece of shit.
What do you want?
Oh, about 1/6 of what you earn wouldn't be bad for starters. Come on, I'm taking you out.
I don't think so.
But there's things to learn, things to discover. I'm here to give you an education.
Really?
Maybe answer some of your questions. Well, go on, get changed. You can't go out looking like that. Watch your step. Thanks, Felix.
It's a pleasure, Mr. Tate.
You're obviously no one in here.
You better believe it.
Hope you're paying for this.
I pay for nothing. This is where your mate, the whistleblower, made a name for himself. He haunted this world for 6 months till he became indistinguishable from it. When you work undercover, you cross the line. Something I could never do. When you shadow slime, you become slime, otherwise you won't survive. And every night, in the palm of his hand, he held thousands of dollars. Money for jam in little white packets. So many you could almost lose count. Who's going to notice the odd one or two that goes missing along the way?
And that's what he did.
Either he's a better cop than I am, or this whole place sucked him in. He ended up as close to Conroy as I am here to you. And all the wealth and shit and corruption that goes with the territory.
Is that why we're here? To spill sugar on the table? I don't need second-hand opinions. I can talk to the real thing. If you really want to hold my attention, let's talk about Kevin Tate. What makes you tick? What stirs your emotions?
Do you really want to find out?
No, I don't think I do. I don't think the trip's worth the tariff.
You're playing games, Doctor.
Well, one of us is.
So you're sticking with Stephen Kingsley?
Is that what you think I'm doing?
You are wrong, Ms. Halifax.
Well, maybe I am. Wouldn't be the first time.
Tea?
No, thank you.
You gave me a difficult task, Doctor. Questions about other people's business. I can be sure about one of your policemen, but not the other. The first, a man of some reputation. I am told he is ruthless, heartless, and brutal.
Kevin Tate.
And to Mr. Conroy's enduring sadness, a man who would do business with no one.
And Stephen Kingsley?
The one who worked undercover? It is difficult to say whether he helped himself or not. The nature of the business. As to a payment to change his evidence, I am told a substantial offer has been made.
And accepted?
I am told, wait and see.
Good morning.
I just love these early morning meetings.
In the interests of mending bridges, I'm letting you in on developments.
And what do internal investigations think about that?
That's not up to them anymore. The Chief Commissioner's become involved. Coffee? You take milk, don't you?
Please.
IID are to continue their investigations, but no one's to be charged or suspended until after the Conroy trial.
Oh, that's convenient.
We've thrown enormous resources at Conroy to bring him to this point. It'd be a tragedy to lose it now. So, IID have been told, to the extent you can tell them anything, to pull their woolly heads in.
And you're telling me to do the same?
No. I'm asking you. Nicely. For every allegation Kingsley makes, Tate counters with one of his own. If it keeps going, they'll both be suspended. And Kingsley's credibility as a witness will be out the window.
Maybe that's the intention.
We don't even think about that one. So?
Denise, I'll do what I can, but I can't control what Kingsley does.
He'll listen to what you say. If you can persuade him to wait until after the trial, he can blow his whistle as loud and as long as he likes.
If blowing the whistle's the issue, what if all this talk of corruption's just some sort of diversion?
What do you mean?
Something to distract our minds away from what's really going on. First, eliminate the obvious, then work out the solution.
It was my decision to come in here, not because I was ordered.
Wait in there.
Are you charging me or not?
Not at the moment.
Then I'm free to go.
Now you go and I'll charge you.
What is this? What in the hell's going on? You pricks, you've set this up. What do you want?
True confessions, or is this for your own amusement? What the hell are you doing here?
Same as you.
Oh, it's 8:30. They said you were 9:30.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I'll find somewhere else.
Bye, Grandad! Bye, Grandad!
Where's your car?
Where's your bloody car? Paula's got it. I caught the train. That's why I was early. Why? Why? Why?
Dr. Jane Halifax? How's it going?
You tell me.
I'm here if you need me.
Kingsley, since you're here, we'll do you first. Doctor?
Can I use the phone?
The school or the schoolhouse. I don't care. Give me both numbers.
Something the matter? Kevin, are you all right?
Diggers Rest Police Station. Diggers Rest.
Hurry up, Josh.
Come on, Josh.
Do we know who phoned to tip us off?
Apparently not. Heard anything back? Any news?
The local cop's been alerted. He's trying to track them down.
Still no answer from the school.
Never mind how I know. I know. Just find the car.
No sign of them on the highway. Heading back to the school.
1 minute later. Yes. Yes, they'll be under full protection. Yes, of course. I've arranged for the police helicopter to bring them back.
I want to go out and meet them.
Don't you think there are some questions that need answering?
You have got to be bloody joking!
Someone tried to murder you, Sergeant. Or murder your family.
Oh, you figured that out all by yourself.
Don't you think we should talk about that?
I'll go, Steve. I'd like to anyway.
Is this guy for real?
I'll go. You want to overtake me?
I'll let them know.
I'll see you later.
Can we hold the chopper? They'll be taking in a civilian.
Someone tipped you off. Who?
I've nothing to say.
Someone who knew you were here? In IID? So who would know about that? Not that it matters. All incoming calls are recorded. Won't take long to check.
It's Conroy. It has to be the trial.
All these allegations about criminal connections. I'm not convinced. Somebody wanted Stephen dead. Kevin knew about the bomb and
You're saying it was Kev?
It's possible.
That's crazy.
You and Kevin were lovers, weren't you? Paula, you already said that since Steve went undercover, he's hardly been a husband. It's the sort of situation where people stray. Maybe Kevin became a substitute. But for him, the more he had of this family, the more he wanted it for himself.
What should I do?
You could tell Steve the truth.
How could I tell him that?
I don't think you've got a choice.
I've got nothing left.
Do you love Steve? And he loves you. Just start with that.
A delectable Dr. Halifax.
Would you mind waiting outside, please? So, how are you?
I'm fine. It's the rest of the world that's crazy.
Getting a hard time from IID as to why it's always you who gets the information.
Careful, they might recruit you.
I've just been with Paula Kingsley.
How is she?
Finding things hard to believe.
But she's okay.
As well as can be expected. Always the policeman. Always playing the part. I was so distracted. I almost missed the man.
Yeah, well, it's a little late for that now. More's a pity.
Round here, there are only two categories. Good cops and bad cops. You're either one or the other.
Yeah, we like to keep it simple.
The system tends to forget that cops are people, too. And even good cops commit adultery.
It's such an old-fashioned word.
So, what does a good cop do when he wants his best mate's wife?
Is that what Paula told you?
Not in as many words. But I think she'll tell Steve.
So, it's all a conspiracy. Me against my mate. You got more chance of proving I worked for Victor Conroy.
But you didn't, did you?
What would you know?
Oh, I have it on the very highest, or should I say lowest authority.
Anything we should know, Doctor?
You never give up, do you?
Yeah, sweetheart, I'll be home soon. Yeah.
What do you want? Well, piss off, will you?
I've just been talking to Paula. What did I do to you?
You had what I wanted.
There's hundreds of other women you could have had.
I liked yours better.
Do you want me to call you brother?
I don't want any favours from you. Will you go? You always were a weak prick.